Plexcelsior, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Crisis on Earth Plex. I'm one of your hosts for the evening, the Cosmic Night Fury, Nico, Suave, Regoli, and I'm joined, as always, by Multiplex's TV Throwdown champion of the world, Zaddeus Smith. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing well, good sir. Doing well. How about yourself, man?
I'm a little tired. Been on a lot of tapings the past couple days, and it's just nice. It's nice to have a break sometimes. And yesterday was definitely a much needed break. Other than a reaction, I didn't really do much except play a board game called Cthulhu Wars with my friends here in New Ken.
and just remember, you did 15 videos in a week or about a week and a half. You can do it. You have the endurance, sir.
I mean, I can do it. It's just a matter of, does my body want me to? And that's debatable. That's debatable.
You have a new bar set for you, good sir. Like, it's way high up there now. Like, you did 15 this year. We want 30 next year in a week. I'm playing. No, today. Don't kill yourself, nigga.
I don't think I could handle that, and to be honest, I don't think the community would want to see my face that much in a single period of time. Like, they get sick of me within one video, let alone 13. But we have someone in the chat. It's Tim Loves Movies, aka one half of the Fandom Fight Tag Team Champions of the World, Tim the Hulk Berkala. How are you today, Tim?
Hey, what's up, my new Facebook friend? What's up there, good sir?
By the way, Zed, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're facing one of the. Oh wait! Did the Hanley match go up yet?
Hanley match did go up. Yes, yes, it did. Yeah, I posted that last week. So that is, I was fortunately able to win that match in our Fender Fight. I think it was a play-in. So next, I believe I'm up against Maggie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. We can't really say too much because I know there's a bracketology video set to go up very soon. I don't know when, but it will go up soon. But yeah, a lot of House Night Fury is going to be facing a lot of the Fellowship in the upcoming Summer Series tournament, and you are one of those people, as you will be facing Maggie Berkala, who has yet to have an official nickname. Apparently, they're trying to go with Macaw, but she does not want that at all. But we'll see what her nickname will be in the future, and we'll see how that match will play out when it finally airs.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into this Fender Fight tournament. Hopefully I can redeem myself a little bit. It was nice to get one win, so hopefully going for two,
Damn right. It's always nice when you get that first win. It's even nicer when you start getting the streak going.
That's true.
But people didn't come here to hear us talk about the ongoings of multiplex competition. They came here to talk about movies that we either will or will not watch.
That's all right. And we can definitely go into that one with the first one.
Yeah, and speaking of movies that, at least I'm not going to watch, Terminator Dark Fate. Trailer came out this week. And listen, anyone who knows me very well in this community, they know from just talking to me how I feel about cyborgs and artificial intelligence. And I've made the joke on several occasions that there's a reason why Stephen Hawking was against artificial intelligence when he was alive. It's because he didn't want his wheelchair getting pissed off at him and throwing him down the stairs. And that's in Terminator is the reason why I have that phobia to begin with. That franchise, specifically the park ride in Universal Orlando when I was age 10, it fucked me up bad.
Sorry. I'm sorry to be laughing at your pain, but I do know your story about that you hate everything Borg-wise. Star Trek, First Contact, I think it is. Yep, I know how you feel about all that stuff, which is funny to me because isn't Darth Vader type of a kind of a cyborg also, or
there are exceptions to the rule, Darth Vader being one of them, and Vision is actually one of my favorite MCU characters of all time. But then you get to characters like Deathlock from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and like just simply having a bionic eye that people can watch everything you're seeing through. And I'm like on the floor in a fetal position. This is a true story. I was in my college dorm at St. Vincent for the first half of my freshman year before I transferred to Penn State New Kent. And I was just watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on my TV. And all of a sudden I see this S.H.I.E.L.D. agent who gets a cybernetic eye put in as part of the Deathlock project. And the moment I see it, I'm like hyperventilating on the floor, trying not to throw up. And it was not good. It was not good. And it's the main reason why I'm not going to watch Terminator Dark Fate. I'm not even going to watch the trailer, have not seen the trailer. I'm sorry. I don't care how good the first two movies were. I don't care how many people tell me I need to see the first two movies and I can just ignore the other ones that were made. I am not giving Terminator the light of day.
Wow. I really hate. I understand your fear. I really hope that some way somebody will be able to get you out of your. Well, somebody will hopefully be able to be with you when you see the first two. Definitely see the first two though. Like if you ever see any Terminator movie,
No.
hopefully.
No.
I never believe in never, sir. So I believe it's gonna happen one day. But definitely the first two. And while Terminator 3 is like complete shit to me, I hate that movie. Terminator 4 Salvation is not horrible for me, and Terminator Genesis misspelled because I will not pronounce that the way it's spelled because it's spelled incorrectly. But Genesis misspelled was not horrible, but it was definitely not good either. To me, the worst one is Terminator 3. So the fact that they're starting out like right after Terminator 2 Judgment Day, that's a good thing to me, but this trailer didn't do it for me. Like it was cool seeing Linda Hamilton back, but other than that, I'm like, Ghost Rider's in here, and he's a Terminator. That's cool. Oh, this new woman who I don't know who she is. So she's a cyborg also. Well, thank you for telling me that now. Yeah, I feel like this franchise can't help but to spoil itself in like every little way, and maybe it was me or maybe it was something they had already said beforehand before the trailer came out, but it wasn't necessary to put any like in my head to put any doubt of whether this woman was a human or a cyborg, or maybe she'll turn out to be some other type of Terminator that maybe the new Arnold Schwarzenegger that wants to protect this little girl in this movie. But like, just stop, guys. Leave more to the imagination. Less is more.
There's a reason why I made the thumbnail a meme that says I have to take a Gen Y shit.
Got it. Yeah. Especially when you say it like that too. Like, yeah. But I don't know, unless the next trailer can sell me a little bit more. I will see the movie. I'm not seeing it opening weekend. It's not one of the movies I'm going to be rushing out there to go see. Only reason why I will see it is because thankfully I have AMC A-List, which is very much worth it for the movies I see right now. So other than that, it's not a priority for me. And knowing the Terminator franchise, they're going to give away their biggest spoiler yet in the next trailer. So, boom, there's the movie.
I will just make it said here. If Terminator is ever added to fandom fight categories, I am leaving the division for good. And if it's, there's a better chance of me beating Robert Parker in his own specialty matches than there is of me watching any Terminator movie at all ever.
Man, now I can just see people everybody saying put Terminator in. No, man, don't say that. You can get
no. You know why it's not going to make it in? Because that means they have to watch the 4 other supposedly shitty movies besides numbers 1 and 2. Like if it was just 1 and 2, they would probably succeed at putting it in. But it has to be all 6 of the movies, including the terrible ones. So there's no way they're going to want to put that in, because that might also mean putting in the bad RoboCop movies and putting it. It's not going to make it in over. And if it does make it in, I'm leaving.
I do say they did put in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and that movie is shit, no matter what anybody tries to tell you. And yes, I think that's Koho that likes that. So yes, sir, that is a bad movie. Bad movie.
All right. And speaking of stuff that has a good start and a really poor second half, Jessica Jones. It has now been revealed what day the final season, at least in terms of Netflix airing it, is going to air. That is June 14th. Jessica Jones, it has a weird history because, in my opinion, it is the season 1 is one of the best seasons, if not the best season, of Marvel Netflix properties. And then, well, let me explain why. Because Kilgrave was a great alternative to what Kingpin was. Kingpin was the big bad that got you physically and used the power of money as well as his muscles to put his plans into motion. Kilgrave was a psychological villain. He managed to beat people simply by just manipulating people like chess pieces. And because that's literally what he had the power to do. His words gave off hormones like bees that could just that got into people's heads and controlled every single thing they did. And the unique thing about Jessica Jones was that she had immunity to that, but he still lingered in her head even after she broke free of his control. And then we get to season 2, and you think, we're going to get something really awesome to follow up with what we got in season 1. And instead we get this storyline about how mental illness is a villain, which, if you execute it right, good story. But it was not really executed to the best of their ability. They brought in Jessica Jones' mom, who was like a malfunctioning prototype of her and her abilities, if that's a good analogy to use. And she kept going rogue every now and then. And also, Trish was a gigantic bitch throughout this season, trying to just become what she wanted to be. Jessica. She wanted to have powers, and she was willing to go to the ends of the earth to become powerful. And she was like, "We have to do this in the name of good." And we could all see through her bullshit. Like, no, you want these powers because you want to feel special, and I get that because I want to feel special a lot too. No, everybody wants to feel special at some point in time. So I get it. But you're lying to people and you're lying to yourself. And so there was just so much bullshit in season 2. And now I actually liked the family dynamic that they had with I forget the name of the new landlord and his son. I just know I kind of liked their usage in that season.
But I think it was Oscar and Julio. I think don't quote me on that though.
I think Oscar was the son's name.
Okay.
Not entirely sure about Julio, but I can double check that later on. But aside from those two, season 2 was just like the complete opposite of the high quality rating I give season 1. And I'm hoping season 3 can be a strong finish because, as we saw with Daredevil, seasons 1 and 3 are very highly regarded.
Very true.
So I'm hoping the same can be said for Jessica Jones, especially considering the gigantic drop in quality between those two seasons. So, Zad, what do you think?
I mean, season 1, amazing, great. Wasn't my most favorite, but if you remember that when we did our list, that everybody can go see in one of our earlier videos of Crisis on Earth Plex, it was rated pretty high. I think it was top 5 or top 6 of my favorite Netflix shows. But I can tell you, season 2 was at the very bottom. And yes, I mean at the very bottom, below Iron Fist. Below Iron Fist season 2. Jessica Jones season 2 was hot garbage. I mean, Jessica was a strong-willed woman. Yes, she was an alcoholic and had some problems in season 1, but she was always strong-willed, and you could see the inner hero in her that she wanted to deny, was trying to come out anyway in season 1. In season 2, it kind of she digressed a little bit, and then not to mention Patty, or I think her name's Trish for real, but just she was a horrible character in season 2. Like, and I know she had she also had been through some things in the first season, but she did like a complete, I believe the term is a 180 to the point where she was such a likable character in season 1 to where, and listen, I'm going to spoil this, so if y'all don't want to know about it, turn it off. But truthfully, I'm doing you a favor. She ends up killing Jessica's mom at the end of the final episode because gave herself some type of superpower, and not necessarily superpowers, but I think she gave herself invulnerability or super strength, if I'm not mistaken.
She became Hellcat. That's basically what happened. Is she became Hellcat like she is in the comics?
Exactly, but because I believe Jessica's mom had killed her old boyfriend that had went crazy earlier in the season, I can't quite remember, but she decides to get Jessica's mom back and shoot her, and that basically put a rift between her and Jessica. So I really could care less about Trish. If they can find some way to redeem her character and make me like her again, I'll be pleased to see. But I can honestly say with season 3, it comes out June 14th. Usually, I'm one of the guys that I would like. Sometimes I used to be able to. I used to like take a day off to binge the whole series in like one day. I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to do that with this series right now because I did it with season 2, and my God, well, first of all, it come by surprise because it came out on March the 8th last year, or the year before, and I actually take it off March 9th, but still I was able to watch it the next day. But God, did that bite me in the ass. I really wish I had that vacation day back. So, season 3, I would say I'm looking forward to see how it ends. Not necessarily looking forward to how the whole season, because mind you, the trailer, the little teaser that we did get looked interesting, and maybe it'll focus more on Jessica, maybe more psychological effects of Jessica. But other than that, God, season 2 was horrible, and I really hope season 3 can be better. I hope season 3 can be a lot better than that. And I'm sorry, I almost forgot to move on. I can't move on to our next topic without saying that the pinnacle of season 2, the best part of season 2, gave us one of the best songs of 2018, 2017, whatever year
Oh
came
dear
out.
God!
Hey, hey, I want you cray cray.
Zed, why?
Trust me, go check that out. It was a stupid shit, but it's some good stupid shit. So check that out. It was called Cray Cray by Trish when she was like a young pop star. So go check that out on YouTube. Roger's video.
God damn it, Zed! Why did you remind me that existed?
Hey,
Why?
hey, I want you cray cray. I need it every day. That was high garbage, but it was hilarious.
Oh, good God Almighty! It was, and you kind of unintentionally reminded me that not only is this the last season of Jessica Jones, but this is the last season of any Marvel Netflix show, period. Because as I kind of mentioned in a previous episode, and we know the Disney Plus situation, but there's another reason why these shows are ending, and it's because it's sort of the same reason for the Santa Clarita Diet and other stuff as well. Netflix likes to put a clause in their contracts that when they distribute shows made by other companies, as they get to a certain season, or after they get to a certain season, then they have to start paying those distributors back a little bit to help with production. And Netflix just sort of got the rights to what's the name of the comic book company that they got the rights to use, the licensing rights to use?
It's the Mark Miller. Isn't the Mark Miller company? But I can't remember what it's called. But I believe it's Mark Miller Comics, isn't it?
Yeah,
something like that.
It's the Mark Millarverse, to
Mark
give it
Millar,
a terrible
right.
nickname. And yeah, they want to experiment with some of their own content now that they now have the licensing rights to. I don't know if Umbrella Academy was part of that deal, but we've seen that too. That they have other things they want to explore with, and they don't have to worry about paying Disney out a big chunk of money after reaching a certain number of seasons. So yeah, this is the swan song for Marvel Netflix.
It really is. I did forget about that, but hopefully it's a swan song for Marvel Netflix, and maybe we'll see Marvel Hulu. Well, more Marvel Hulu. Maybe we'll see some of these shows on Marvel Hulu or Marvel or on Disney Plus. But technically, I would love to see an R-rated Daredevil season 4 or new Daredevil in the future. So that
What
would
we
be
got
great.
was R-rated already, but
Yeah, it'd be even better.
like someone got stabbed in the fucking eye with a piece of wood that he just like.
Yeah, Daredevil was a vicious show. I mean, literally, the first season, Kingpin split a man's head open with a car door. It was amazing and brutal all at the same time. Great show.
Very. All right. We got to move on from one universe to another. Talking about the DC Universe streaming service. One show just wrapped up its first season, and another show is coming to us very soon. Doom Patrol. Zad, I've been using your DC Universe account to watch this show, and my God, is it one of the weirdest things, and I mean that in a good way. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen produced on TV. But that's what makes it so spectacular. It doesn't take itself seriously in the slightest, but it tells a fantastic story. It's kind of what you expected the Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy to be, in that it's a show about a bunch of assholes who just kind of get put into a familial environment, and they learn to live with each other and grow together to eventually find their purpose as the heroes. And that's as much as I'll say, but my God, this show takes so many unique twists and turns, and it's hilarious, and you really should take advantage of your own freaking account to watch the show.
And see, I'm glad. See, this is why I let you use it, because I'm glad somebody's using it. And you know what? I will say this: the little bit of the Doom Patrol that I did get in Titans of season 1 did seem interesting. I'm just waiting on Young Justice season 3 to continue. I'm like, when is that coming out? But I will say, I'll give Doom Patrol a shot. I really will, now that it's all done. But Swamp Thing does look pretty good too, though. Like, I did see the trailer for it, and I won't say she's one of my favorite actresses, but an actress that I know from Teen Wolf, from my Teen Wolf days, I believe her name is Crystal Reed, is in it. So I'm very interested in knowing who she is, and I don't know too much about Swamp Thing, but I just know like some details, like maybe he's like he's like the spirit of the green or something like that, or
yeah. So Swamp Thing. I have yet to see the movies that Alan Moore did, and Wes Craven. But I am somewhat familiar with DC. Has some characters that have the power over certain elements in the names of colors. Swamp Thing is a character that has control over the green, which is plant life. And I know the other colors, like red, that's animal life, blue, water. Gray, which I think Solomon Grundy kind of embodies, that's like death of the undead. There's the white, which is air, and can't remember if black was death and gray is just the undead. But oh shoot, a lightning strike! There's a storm going on outside. But yeah, this is going to be interesting because we haven't seen really Swamp Thing adapted in any way, with the exception of Injustice 2. We haven't seen him adapted in a movie-ish, TV show-ish format since, I'd say, the movies from several decades ago.
At least in his own movie. I know he made a small cameo. I believe it's Justice League. I think it was Justice League Dark, which, again, very small cameo, but which, again, piques my interest to know more about the character. And I also think another one of the DC Anime Universe's movies, but he's never had a movie of his own since that. I believe that's the 80s with Wes Craven. So the good thing about this is, at least in my eyes, is they're bringing a character that's fresh to us, you know. They're not retraining on some old character. We're not getting a young Batman series that Gotham basically already did. But DC Universe is giving us something new, which I can say I'm honestly pretty excited about. Because one thing that also Pete mentions about Swamp Thing is I know he has kind of a relationship with John Constantine, and I've seen in the past that my boy Matt Ryan has like put feelers out there saying he would love to play Constantine on the Swamp Thing series. That's just rumor, and that's all that he said. So there's no real confirmation that he is, but that would be cool. That would be cool to see Matt Ryan appear on the show.
Hard to say if that could work because of contract situation, but
that's true.
It would be interesting to see. I'm curious to know as well if they would explore the relationship between Swamp Thing and Poison Ivy. Because I know Poison Ivy is a very unique character in her own right, in that she's very sensual to pretty much everyone she talks to, but she has a special connection with Harley Quinn and a special connection with Swamp Thing. And the Swamp Thing connection is because they both control plant life in their own unique way. But in a sense, Swamp Thing is sort of the personification of the plant life that Poison Ivy just has the ability to control. It's like she's their voice, and he's the living embodiment. If that makes sense.
It makes sense. I never knew they had and never knew they had a relationship, but it made sense though. It 100% made sense to tell they're basically the two master and mistress of the green, pretty much. So that's interesting. That would be cool if they were to introduce some type of hint to Poison Ivy in the show.
Definitely, especially considering we know in this universe that they've created on the DC Universe streaming service with Titans and with Doom Patrol, we know that the Justice League has been around for a while. And so Batman has probably had a few encounters with Poison Ivy. It's just a matter of, will we see her show up here? Because I know another one of the shows that they were working on for the DC Universe streaming service was an animated fourth wall breaking show about Harley Quinn, in which what's her face from The Big Bang Theory is the voice.
Oh yeah, Kaleb Koho. Hopefully that's her name.
Yeah, Kaleb Koho.
Yeah, that's right. It was supposed to be Harley Quinn, and then I think Poison Ivy was going to be she's in Arkham, if I'm not mistaken, right? It was like kind of a series based of her in Arkham, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
No, that would be cool. Hopefully they're still planning on doing that though. That'd be tight.
All right, it just got super rainy and super lightning-y, so I'm concerned for my internet connection. So let's wrap this up with our final story of the evening. So, Zad, I didn't get a chance until about an hour ago to finally get through this week's episode of Cloak and Dagger, but you noticed something interesting.
Yeah. Go ahead.
If I may, it makes sense that this connection would also exist because I still remember from season 1, they made a reference to both Stark Industries and Rand Enterprises. So it was just, Cloak and Dagger was essentially tying itself to both the movies and the Netflix universe. But you noticed something in this week's episode, and go ahead and say what it is.
Yeah, and just another thing that's been hinted at was also that O'Reilly is Misty's old partner from Luke Cage.
Oh, yeah.
They were both partners, and Misty mentioned that her partner had went to New Orleans, and I believe season 1 or season 2 of Luke Cage. And also O'Reilly said something about it, kind of a throwaway line in season 1. But the interesting thing about this episode was that there was a moment where Tyrone was helping. He went to go talk to a kid to get some information. I believe it was a restaurant or a bar that he walked into. It must have been a restaurant because the kid's too young to be in a bar. But it's the same kid that Tyrone helped whenever he sucked mayhem into his cloak role. However, the thing is, the kid was there sitting at the table looking at a newspaper and I'm paraphrasing, that said "Battle for Harlem" or Luke Cage Rumble for Harlem or something like that. And either this kid is looking at a really old newspaper, or this it really said this is like giving us a timeline for the show that Cloak and Dagger season 2 at least is happening around just like right after Luke Cage season 1. Or I did think to myself after possibly Defenders also, but I believe with Defenders it was more Hell's Kitchen. But in Luke Cage season 1, him and Mr. Can You Dig It? Diamondback, they were actually the battle for Harlem. So I believe it was right after season 1 that this show was happening. And I was thinking that it still could work with the whole like O'Reilly mentioning Misty in season 1 and Misty mentioning O'Reilly because, I mean, yes, we do know that this Cloak and Dagger season 2 has only happened 8 months after season 1, so the visit season 1 could have still happened either concurrently with Luke Cage season 1 or after Luke Cage season 1. So
I think it might be around the time after Defenders, like when he is roaming Harlem again and just doing good work for the sake of doing good work, because when they're having this conversation at the diner counter over as they read the newspaper, they're talking about his powers and how how Tyrone thinks, even if Luke wasn't bulletproof, he'd still probably be in the battle. So I think it's been at least long enough that they understand how his mind works, but we're not at that point where he became a mob boss in his own right.
Exactly.
So yeah, at least we have a set understanding of why no one has been snapped away yet.
And that was the important thing to me. Like it set up a clear. We know that this is pre-snap, and again, like you said, we both know it's me and you. We both know it had to be between season 1 of Luke Cage and season 2 of Luke Cage before Luke went all hell. The new Kingpin of Harlem. So,
which is still a weird storyline in and of itself.
Yeah, it is. I miss Bushmaster a little bit, but that was a good season though too. So
must resist urge to say brethren in a Jamaican accent for the sake of entertainment.
Don't do it.
Nope,
don't
not
have
gonna
our fans against us.
Not gonna do. What fans? We have like 2 viewings live every week.
They come in afterwards.
Fair enough. But yeah, I won't go there. But if we don't have any questions in the chat, then I think this might be an opportune time for us to give our plugs and get on out of here. So, Zaddeus Smith, once again, Multiplex's reigning TV Throwdown heavyweight champion of the world. Where can the good people of the internet find you?
Good people. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Zaddeus Smith. That's ZA2Ds EUS Smith, or on Twitter at @the_ZADD, or again on Instagram at Zaddeus. That's the @ symbol, and Zaddeus ZA2Ds EUS. But you can also find me doing movie and TV reviews on Snapchat. I mean, not Snapchat. Sorry, do not go to Snapchat. On the Stardust app, doing reviews at RetributionZ. Retribution RetributionZ. And I just saw. I won't say if it was a great movie. I won't say if it's a bad movie, but I just saw Aladdin this week. And if you want to know how I feel, you need to go to my Facebook page and look at it and my review, or go to my Stardust app and check it out. But you can also find me on doing trivia on multiple trivia platforms on Facebook, Multiplex, other trivia platforms on Facebook, and every Tuesday night, right here, people, right here on Crisis on Earthplex.
And you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli. That's NicoSuaveRegoli, or just Nico Suave with 4 random numbers that mean absolutely nothing attached to the end on Discord, where I compete in the Movie Trivia Face-Off Discord Patreon League. Don't watch my first match. It was a shitstorm, but you can find me again very soon competing in their Geektacular division, where I will not suck, competing in their Star Wars division when it gets underway, where I will definitely not suck, and competing as the partner of Christopher Skywalker Doman in their teams division once they get that underway. That will probably be last because, it's a new league, so they're just getting the rosters growing as is. You can also find me managing the various members of House Night Fury over at Full Metal Trivia. And right here at Multiplex Entertainment, that's the name of the Facebook group and the YouTube channel. The Twitter is at MultiplexYT. The Instagram is Multiplex Entertainment Network. tpublic.com/users/multiplex. Buy our awesome shirts and check out myself and my partner, Zaddeus Smith, every week at Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern for Crisis on Earth Plex. Fandom Fight Summer Series Tournament, singles and teams coming up. House Night Fury's got a busy schedule ahead of us, but we're gonna give it our all. We're gonna give it our all. Also, congrats to our boys Team 80s for becoming the new and first ever Movie Warzone Tag Team Champions of the world.
Yeah, Team 80s, y'all get it.
Woo! Let's see. What else? Because I have a lot of shit to plug. Oh, Combat Wrestling Trivia is the name of the Facebook group. Combat Wrestling Network is the name of the YouTube channel. The poorly made Twitter handle is at Combat Wrestling, the number 2. There is no letter G in there. If you like wrestling trivia, come find us over there. Watch Adonis Nazario and James Berryman III every Thursday, I believe 9 p.m. Eastern for the Raw and SmackDown breakdown. Friday nights for the Kickback, which is their version of the after show. We have matches coming up soon. It's just a matter of they're kind of we're getting them edited. A couple people on our admin roster is on vacation. So, but when we get back, we will have the returning Jeremy Hastings taking on Sean. I forget his last name. I apologize. I'm on the spot right now. And then afterwards, myself and Alex Warden for the 3rd time in wrestling trivia in our careers. It's going to be a fun one. And let's see here. Dedicated to art or at D2A channel for me. We do Schmodown reactions every week, and we do the Who Cares Anyway podcast live every Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This week is a very special episode because in the first half hour of the show, we are going to be joined by one of the writers of the movie Thor and one of our favorite shows, The Flash on the CW, Zach frickin' Stentz is going to be a guest. He's promoting a movie he has coming out very soon. So somehow we got him on for Who Cares Anyway. So Zad, if you have any questions for him that you want me to ask him, send them to me in a message, and I'll do my best to have him answer them in the time that we have with him.
Oh, very cool. That's very tight. I love Thor, first of all. Then hell, The Flash. I mean, I would not be here if I knew about The Flash. So come on now.
And to wrap up the very long list of plugs that I have, because why do I have so many plugs? Why am I part of so many things? Lastly, Rolling Crits on Twitch and at Rolling Crits on Instagram. It's a tabletop show. We're still figuring things out because we're a very young show, and my friends do not have as much experience in the streaming lands and YouTube areas as I do, but we'll figure it out over time. And, of course, if you saw last week's episode of the Who Cares Anyway podcast, you know, coming soon, the Multimedia Trivia Pop Quiz Championship. It's going to be like a 24/7 title. I can't guarantee it will be a 24/7 title, but in a few weeks, it'll be coming before the Schmodown heads to New York, and I can't wait to watch the chaos unfold and ensue. It's going to be a blast. But after that long laundry list of plugs from myself, that's my boy Zaddeus Smith.
Peace out, good people.
I'm the Cosmic Night Fury, Nico Suave Regoli, and we'll see you at our next crisis.